Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Spring Championships. This is the round of 32. This is game number 3 between Nagayumi and, of course, Farran34. Saving recorded game. Let's begin with Farran this time. This map is Siberia, one of my personal favourites, largely because you do start with a tower and it does make the games sort of go into the fortress age, sort of more guaranteed. Certainly draws out for more longer games, which are ones that I personally enjoy more. I like to see Age of Empires 3 last, I don't know, an average game of AoE 3 lasts, what, like 20 minutes, 25 minutes if it's a really, really close one, and the tower sort of ensures that it will go that far. Less room for those really aggressive things, which can still be good, but here we do have, indeed, Farran. Playing as Germany, with the tower here. I like this map. And I like Germany. I think Germany likes this map because of the tower there. But certainly not going to be able to go for that trading post by the looks of it. Only started with 100 wood. Am I right?
Yeah,
Though
but
going
it
to
looks
collect
like
for
he's
it. Of
still
course, he found 40
doing
wood.
it.
50. Yeah, he found a 50 wood treasure. Wow, not too bad. Going to start creeping this 80 food treasure. I'm not sure what he has in mind. Maybe he wants to... I don't think he's going to go for the trading post because he'd still need to get a house and he'd have to collect a lot of wood for that. But we'll see what he's up to. Certainly we will.
I'm so confused. Where is he going right now?
Where is he going? He's
Look at
he's
Explorer's on the run.
I don't know, maybe he's waiting for that crack shot to recharge and then he'll go back for the 80 food treasure and he's going to do a bit... I'm not sure. I mean, obviously you only get the one scouting unit as Germany and you don't want to, like, stand around the... I don't know. Duba the pet monkey, though. What a pro. Going to use that to scout. Going to be pretty good. But our opponents... Here we have Nagayumi in the north of the map in the colour blue playing as the British. And I think... Actually, to a larger extent, British like the tower because obviously they do... We were discussing what kind of a civ British is in the previous one. You want to build those manors and get all of those villages. But this matchup, Germany versus British, what do you think?
I'm not sure to think, really. I thought British should be able to win pretty easily, but at the same time, I've had a lot of trouble dealing with the FF. Maybe on this map, I mean, looking at the hunts too, the British player has great hunts. I think probably British could be fine. His goal is just to basically survive those 4 shipments again, the classic
the big
situation.
4, absolutely.
The big 4.
I think it's similar, in a sense, to the previous game where France was, giving out the timing pressure and it's going to be really strong. But Germany just do it better because they have better village shipments in the early portion of the game and their cavalry have higher DPS. So if you do get a raid, then you're more likely to kill something. And also, the free Yulan that you get for free in Fortress Age.
Yeah, those free Yulan tend to be free, and that's pretty good.
free in so many ways. Yeah, I think that's going to be really hard for British to deal with.
Yeah, I think so too, and I think the German players also had some pretty good luck with the. Not what am I trying to say? Pretty good luck with the treasures.
Indeed.
So being able to get that 50 wood and then the 80 food, every bit of that counts. Basically, Germany wants to get the 17 village up, but it's not guaranteed unless they get good treasures. So.
Yep, and of course, now getting 90 wood as well. Really, really strong treasures. But if British can manifest themselves, as I said, as that civ that's like, I'm just going to sit in my base, you can come to me, I'm going to build lots of villages, and it's certainly doable. He's got a tower, though. That certainly counts for something. It's certainly going to make the pressure a lot more difficult for Germany. But interesting matchup, nonetheless.
Yeah, I think it's going to be interesting. We're just going to have to see, I guess, how many vills die to raids here as well. I think it's going to... I have this feeling... Nagayumi's very good about doing these type of things, like pulling a vill here or there, or like the small little unit control things. So I think it's going to be very easy for him to hold off any Ulan raids, in particular.
Yeah, Ulan lane.
One of his strengths as a player is definitely being able to do those things. So
pretty good. But both players now are heading on up to that colonial age. Obviously going to be sending all of those villagers onto wood as British want to build as many manors as he can during transition, although he also has to collect enough wood to lay down, of course, a barracks or a stable or whatever he wants to do, most likely a barracks. And then, of course, because obviously you don't have 400 wood, that's always a problem as British.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of weird. I wonder if he's going to go at 500 food or not. I guess, did you check?
We can check. Let's go and take a look.
I should check if
in the queue, I believe it is. Or improvements, actually. The Philosopher's Prince, yeah, going up with 500 food. Perhaps
he's already got a tower.
He's already got a tower, exactly. Perhaps he doesn't need another one, he thinks to himself. And also, 500 food is still really good. It gets out a lot of units.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think it's fine. It's, at the same time, if one tower is good, why is 2 towers not good? You know, I mean, you can just have another tower somewhere. But I think I still would age with the tower, but I think 500 food is also just fine. He's gonna be able to get a better spam of units, be able to cover the Ulan raids even easier. Look at the monkey split though, pulling in a villager on that treasure. Dubers have been attacking Nagayumi and Boning all day.
Wow.
In the Japanese game, somehow Boning managed to get a full camp, like the 205 food treasure,
I
managed to
saw
get
that.
aggroed onto all of
I
his
thought that
villas.
was hilarious. Dubo not being too fond of these Japanese players.
Yeah, they're not liking him.
No, I'm not liking them at all. But
Duber's discriminating.
Duba, I thought he was such a beast, but
I
apparently
thought he
not.
was cool, but
Not
not
into
after this.
racism. No.
Yeah.
Wow. But during transition, Germany here has collected a whole bunch of wood. He wanted to get that trading post down, which he's done in the middle of the map there. And indeed, of course, going to get those some extra wood for that steel traps, most likely at the market. Now, using that 400 wood that he sent to lay down a stable, there it is, and 2 houses. And his first shipment will most likely be those 3 settler wagons, which are so strong. So if you get 6 villages equivalent, there it is, plus the 2 Yolan. Absolutely outrageous.
I know that just makes your day every time the 3 settler wagon card comes in.
That card is, it's like it's 10 pop. Like, it's literally 10 pop of units, like, in an H2 shipment that's, like, largely economically focused. That thing is, like, then two settler wagons and 3 settler wagons is probably, like, the best 2 shipments you can send in a row if you're allowed, if there's room to do it and no one's being too aggressive.
Yeah, I guess you may as well even just send 2 settler wagons in H2. It's not terrible to do that as well if you could get away with it every game.
Yeah. But I think, obviously, if he wants to get up quickly and do the pressuring quickly, 700 coin is... Or is it? I don't know.
Usually people do, like, if they're making 5 cav, they'll do 700 wood after that, because you do get kind of housed.
Yeah.
Like, see how housed he is right now? He's definitely got 700 wood on the way. That's, like, an indicator already.
Yeah. 700 wood, obviously get the houses out, and those Yolan costing population shot slots in the shipments is kind of awkward. I think they changed that on fan pack. But anyway, like, the point is, 5 cav now coming in that he has trained these things. Oh, but the tower spots it already. Going to
see the 2 in the back? The 2 in the back is what I'm more interested in. Look at those 2 sneaking in there. They're going to get a Vil.
Definitely probably going to kill it. It's going to go down, but will the others? Yeah, taking out a Vil. Nice there, but also on the tower, another one goes down. Can he get a second? No, I don't think he can, but actually killing 2 villagers with these 5 Yolan that he's made. Certainly, this is similar to what was happening in the previous game, but actually in this one, these Yolan so much higher DPS, and obviously you get 2 extra because of the shipment. Actually making really good use of these.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's exactly the outcome you want. Really, in my opinion, the goal of all players should be you should never lose a Vil to cav raids like this. Like, the goal is to lose 0 Vils.
Yeah.
And it's an ambitious goal, but it's always achievable in every game if you are very careful.
Yep.
So, but 2 Vils, not too big of a deal. I mean, British do get a lot of villagers coming out of the houses, as you mentioned.
Yep.
So it's not a game decider by any means.
No, so definitely wanted those 2 Vils. But you say British is can it kill the Explorer there, tanking it down whilst taking the damage from the Musketeers, but probably worth it. You got this really insane economy just to pump out. He sent 2 settler wagons as well. I don't know. I have such a thing about settler wagons. Those things are so good. But yeah, going to get up to Fortress, going to be really strong with this economy. And but you say British get a lot of villages. I mean, 700 wood certainly is really good because of the Manus 5 Vils is a good shipment. But look at the Vil population. He's only 2 behind. Like, that just goes to show how good these shipments are for Germany and why they have such a power spike when they get to Fortress.
Exactly. I mean, he killed 2 Vils and he shipped only villagers the entire game. So. And he's still down by 3, and the gap will actually continue to grow just as organically over time some houses start going down. He did awkwardly idle out on that mine. Luckily, he got enough gold to age up, but you see all these Vils walking to the next mine. That's going to be kind of awkward. He's not going to get as many units out because of that. But the Ulhan raid's still coming in. I mean,
yeah, still persistently trying, though I don't think has he killed any more? I don't think so.
No, but he has forced those 5 Vils to go to berries.
He has. He's been a real pain in the bottom. Porting them into the town centre as well, that's certainly really good. Musketeers, though, coming in. Nagayumi abusing this timing. Knows that Farran is going to be hitting up to Fortress any second now. Of course, he has just done that a couple of seconds ago. I'm going to be coming in with these Musketeers to do some damage, perhaps before, you've got about 30 seconds before that first shipment arrives. But
he's aging as well, by the way.
I think that's
when I was going up with, obviously, the 6 longbow. And I think this is what you have to do in the matchup, but you have to follow the German player up. You need to have the tech advantage to be able to make to be able to get the vet units out there. Otherwise, you just can't really cost effectively deal with what Germany's putting out.
That's true. Skirmish is so good against musketeers, and like if you're staying colonial, like them having that tech advantage is really tough. But I think he's going to kill this trading post here, which is not too bad for him at all. He's going to be pretty happy about that. But 8 skirmishes now out for Nagayumi, or sorry, for Farran, but it's not going to be in time to save that. That I think building the trading post perhaps in his own base was... Actually, I think that's where Nagayumi was going with the musketeers initially, but then we'll thought, oh, it's not here, it must be in the middle.
Yeah. Maybe that is where he was going. You're right. I bet you that's exactly where he's going.
That's exactly what he was thinking. And he's like,
I didn't
it's not here.
I wasn't thinking that way at all. I usually just kind of ignore TPs, but that was a good play. He's able to pick it up, and that's going to slow down the shipments, right? So now Germany has to fight to get their XP instead of just letting it kind of come in from the TP.
Yeah, but why didn't he place it near his base? Maybe those skirmishes that he's just had arrive, maybe they could have killed a couple of muskets, or perhaps even saved the trading post.
I think it was just that where his explorer was at the time, he wanted to make the TP.
Yeah.
Kind of lended itself.
See. Yeah, it does that a lot of the time. It's like, oh, I need a house. This villager happens to be here, even though it's on the complete opposite side of the map to my base, and that does sometimes happen when you're feeling that way.
Yeah, but look at Nagayumi's base. I mean, he's got all these hunts still available, and he's just gotten up to fortress. He's mixing in a good amount of longbow, which are going to help him kind of keep down the skirms out from his muskets.
Yeah,
I feel like he's totally comfortable here.
He's definitely in terms it's still anyone's game in terms of like both players have equal villager counts, though obviously as the longer the game goes on, that does shift to British. The only reason Germany's kept up this long is because of those insane villager shipments that he's been sending. But yep, power spike gonna come in. I think he's waiting on maybe his next military shipment, and then that'll be the timing. The timing will be real. Then he can go in. Can British weather the storm? He's looking in a pretty good spot, as you said, to do so. Both the veterancy upgrades here for his units.
Yeah, I mean the skirms are coming a little bit slow here, right? I mean there's only 13 skirms on the map, and 10 longbow just popped in, and they're both the vet upgrades finished. Look at this massive units, but at the same time there should be second shipment. There it is. 8 and 7 skirms, so he's been making a lot of Ulhan. You can just see the mass is pretty sizable. And this is like the worst time for Nagayumi to do what he's doing, actually. This could punish him.
Yeah, this is where maybe he just thinks, where's the pressure from Germany? Maybe he's doing something a bit funky. Maybe I need to go with pressure. But here comes the Yolan. Absolutely insane DPS. Can he get a nice surround of the longbow? It looks like he can. The Musketeer's going to come back, get into sort of body block them there. They do have that ×3 damage multiplier in hand combat, though I do think the Yolan have done really well at getting on the front of the longbowmen. This is really bad for Nagayumi. Lots of longbowmen going to go down, and once they go down, I think then he just gets out of there because, of course, the cavalry not so good against the Musketeers. But all this time, the skirmishers in the back going to be doing that insane ×2 damage versus the Musketeers here, but actually now Musketeers going to get out. There are still a ton of longbowmen there. Perhaps he didn't kill as many longbowmen as I thought he had, and here actually it's like, I don't know what to think of that.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's totally fine. Like that was a great trade for Nagayumi. This is why longbow are just so good, right? They were focusing on the cav the whole time, but Ulhan are also like, you want to kill them so fast because they're squishy, but they do a lot of damage, and so like the synergies just play really well into the hands of longbow musket here.
I thought he had a really good surround on the. I thought he didn't do such a good job of getting the Musketeers on the front, but then again, perhaps having either it's longbowmen. I think maybe I anticipated how few hit points the Yolan actually had, but still that was yeah.
Yeah, the longbow are an amazing unit. People underestimate them.
Like, look at this here. He's gonna get like a couple of shots in, like, and now I know he's walked back a bit, but like you can just like let them stand there, and as your opponent is retreating, they just like the longbow just like DPS them down. It's quite funny.
Yeah, and now there's only one shipment left, right? We've gone through the 9 Ulhan, the 8 skirm, and the 7 skirm. So now there's just the 8 Ulhan left, and you can see the same mass is rebuilding. It's almost like he never even lost his army, kind of like. Just because of how many Ulhan came out of that shipment, and now he's going right back in to try again.
Yeah, that's true. And plus, I think here, actually, Nagayumi, maybe he feels like he's in a good spot to send Yeoman, which he has done. It gives the longbowman 4 extra range and does make, or something like that, and it gives you access to the guard upgrade in the next stage. If you want that. But here, pulling back the villagers, sees them coming in, but yes, anyway, the point is Yeoman isn't a military shipment here. It's not very tangible. Certainly it's useful in the sense that it gives you longbowman, makes them better, but it's up against 9 Yolan if you compare it directly towards the German player send. And despite the score saying it's quite in favour of Nagayumi, which it may well be, it's still very even on villager count, and they're very even on army, so it's just down to like who can really make this work in the fight.
Yeah, I would agree. And it's gonna be hard again. Like you just gotta weather the storm and weather the shipments. There's still two more left. He's done two of the two.
Yeah, Nagayumi though has that
Ooh,
extra
musket combat
yeah
just came in.
15% to hit points and of course attack damage on the veteran musketeers. That
This
I think
position though, this position.
here,
Look at this. He's wide out in the open.
yeah, not too good there. I don't think but ooh, Farran doesn't want to take it. Perhaps he's not looking too fond of those musketeers. And but here now he has. It's like if you don't commit to it, the longbow will just shoot at you on the way out, and it's like those.
Yeah.
You have to like. Okay.
You have to commit. If you're going into the longbow, you have to man up and fight, or just not be anywhere near them.
What do you think of that though? He's decided actually no, I don't want
Ooh,
to
look
take
at this
that.
raid. But the goons are there. Wow. Nice job by Nagayumi just shutting down this raid.
Has he just left 3 goons in the back there just all this time? Oh no, he's just maybe he I don't know what he saw.
He
Germany
saw them
though
with the
going for a
houses, I
second
think.
TC. I didn't even see this.
Yeah, that's been up for a while.
Has
actually.
it? Okay.
Yeah, that's why the Vil counts are pretty close.
Oh.
And
Alright.
Minutemen can pop out of it too. Kind of.
Yeah, pretty good. But I feel like in this matchup, like, yeah, having this extra TC is good. You can make the villages, but like British.
One thing I want to say real quickly is really important. There's probably a shipment that can be on the way right now, right? Like, couldn't he pop out 8 Ulhan on this as well?
That's true.
Like any
or
second.
has he? I mean, he's stacking a lot of coin, maybe, or does he have a shipment available at the moment? Let's turn off the score and find out. No, he doesn't. But I thought maybe a mercenary shipment, that could be a real power spike. Like, if Minutemen, or even just 8 Yalan pop out here on top of those longbowmen, that's going to be really strong. And I think it's going to happen. There's the Minutemen, and everything's converging all at once on this one moment. There it is, the Yalan shipment coming out, going to snare the longbowmen. All of these cavalry coming in, but the musketeers definitely getting on the front there, going into hand combat right away. Those things have ×3 damage multiplier against these cavalry, and these cavalry don't have very many hit points. In the back here, the skirmish is going to be focusing down the musketeers, wants to kill those, because those are the things that are really threatening his cavalry. But once they go down, is there enough cavalry here to really get through these longbowmen? He just needs to kill off the musk. Can he do it? I'm not too sure. What do you think?
I can't believe this fight turned out. I thought this was a clean sweep in the favor of the German player, but somehow those muskets just he did a great job in the beginning, but then I think he kind of got a little bit, he thought he had it, and so he kind of lightened up a bit on focusing the muskets. And now longbow are here just to clean it up. Like, the 4 shipments are done.
He just doesn't have any more cav to DPS them down, and those, that's just a...
Look at these musket raids down here, though. Nagayumi putting the raid pressure right back on his opponent. 5 musket down there while all the action's been going on, and he's putting up a TC. So Nagayumi now is taking a commanding position here.
Yeah, very commanding. Strong Vil lead, an army lead now, and has that second town center down, as you said, or at least going down. It's going to be up any moment now. A couple thousand more hit points to go, and then he's completely even on town centers as well. So he's I don't know, like. That was I think that musketeer upgrade really shone in that fight.
Yeah, I think it did. I guess I didn't even think about that, but it totally did. And he's sent 9 musket now too, so he's totally rebolstered his force. And I think he can just go even attack now. But the 9 musket are kind of hanging out up in his base. I don't think he has found them yet.
He'll find them soon. I'm absolutely sure. Yeah. But oh,
that's something I do all the time.
Cavalry coming in though, gonna kill these 3 villages most likely, and of course there are 2 fairly nearby. They are walking very slowly now because they're waiting for their friends. Certainly something you can do to make sure that these 2, if they're now moving at a normal speed, is you just reselect them and take them out of the group that they were previously in. That way, then they're then not bound to sort of walk at the same speed as the slowest one. An interesting thing you can do, but a very sparse response from Nagayumi with the dragoons here. Going to capture these Yalan, going to sort of follow them down, DPS them down with that ×3 damage multiplier.
Yeah. I like that he made just like 8 goons, because it kind of helps deal with the small Ulhan raids. It was just like a really smart little thing to do.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Farran resigns, though. He's aware of the fact that British get stronger over time. He can look at the score, and he knows it's Germany. He was on a clock from the beginning, and that he just that is that. Nagayumi takes the 3rd victory in this series and is through to the round of 16. Congratulations to Nagayumi. Certainly a very strong player, and that is shown in his victory here today. 3-0 sweep. Well played to him.
Yeah, well played. For sure. That was just a solid execution from Nagayumi and all.